This was on Instagram. I'm not on Instagram, but I saw it. Jauan Jennings and Tariq Woolen chirping at each other. It started off with Jauan Jennings telling Tariq Woolen that he needs to like basically be quiet. And then if he's not playing cover 3, he's getting, it's a buffet. People going to eat. Then Tariq Woolen chirped back and said, man, you're the only wide receiver who talks. You better keep blocking hard and running those short routes. You're a freaking tight end, is what he called him, which I thought was funny. So who won this exchange, Tariq Woolen or Jauan Jennings? I thought both of them got some pretty good digs in. I think both of them are essentially right. Tariq Woolen, good, but he's not Sauce Gardner in man-to-man coverage. He's good in that scheme. He's really good in zone, which is good. I mean, that's Fred Warner on the Niners. He's really great in zone coverage. He's not as great in man-to-man coverage. There's value in that. So Jennings is right, and then Woolen's right. Like, Jennings, you're essentially a tight end. You're in a 4-7-2, and your primary contribution to the offense is blocking. So I thought that was a funny exchange. And I think it's nice to have that rivalry spark up again. Those are two of the better players on the team. Tariq Woolen's really good. Jauan Jennings doesn't get enough respect. So Tariq Woolen calling Jennings a tight end made me giggle. But then I was thinking, that's not even a diss. Jauan Jennings, if you think about it, is essentially like a 215-pound tight end. You know who he is? He's Jordan Reed. Remember Jordan Reed? He came to the Niners for that last season, and he was pretty much washed at that point. He never really got to flourish in the NFL because he had so many concussions, but he was really good. He was 6'3", 230 pounds, and he ran a 4.7. He wasn't an overwhelming athlete, but he was just a really good route runner, and he would catch a lot of first downs, and he would keep the chains moving, and he was really good. And he wasn't much of a blocker. So he was 235 pounds. He didn't move anyway. He wasn't really a blocker. He was a receiver that they called a tight end. He was a move tight end. Does Kyle Shanahan not use Jauan Jennings the exact same way he used Jordan Reed that year? Kind of floating around the line of scrimmage, blocking, and then catching those 10-yard passes. Where is he breaking in? Is he breaking out? I don't know. He's open. He's big. So he's 20 pounds lighter than Jordan Reed, but he's probably a better blocker than Jordan Reed ever was. Calling Jordan Reed a tight end was probably a stretch to begin with. So I don't know. I kind of like thinking of Jauan Jennings as a tight end. And what's funny is he could put up Jordan Reed numbers. There were years where Jordan Reed had 11 touchdowns, or he had a season where he had 11 touchdowns. He might have had 1,000 yards too. But I feel like Jauan Jennings could do that. But he's never going to get the opportunities on this team because Kyle Shanahan has made so many investments into other weapons, and he has to justify the investment. So all the touches have to go to McCaffrey, Debo, and Kittle every game. Not to mention Ayuk, who he traded up to get in round 1. That's another one. So those are 4 guys that Kyle Shanahan has to feature. And then there's Kyle Juszczyk too, who's gotten 2 contracts with the 49ers. They've given him millions and millions and millions of dollars. That's 5 guys that Kyle Shanahan has to keep feeding just so he doesn't look stupid when he goes to Jed and asks for more money for these players. So Jauan Jennings is the odd man out when really he has the skill set to be a difference maker, I think. To be one of the more impact receiving tight ends in the league. He could be a Pro Bowl tight end. They should just make him a tight end. You know how Jordan Matthews went from being a big slot receiver to a tight end? I think that could be Jauan Jennings right now. Just reclassify him as a tight end. All of a sudden, boom. He'll make more money. He'll go to the Pro Bowl. I should be Jauan Jennings' agent. I'm all over his career. I'm always thinking about what's best for Jauan. I'm always got the back of the player on the offense, on Kyle's offense, who's the low man on the pecking order, who's not making that much money. Ross Dwelly, Elijah Mitchell, Jordan Mason. Because these guys are really good and they don't get any love. So I want them to get some love.